So the reason we do that here is this. So when we slide up, what we're going to do is we're going to take all this whole shape, we're going to move it up until we're at the 5th fret. So in other words, our index finger now is going to be the 5th fret on the low E string, and then we're going to have this same shape here that we moved up. So we're going to have A string 7th fret with our ring finger, D string 7th fret with our pinky, G string 6th fret with our ring finger, and the B and E again are open. So we had 5, 7, 7, 6, open. Okay, and for the last chord of the chorus, we just move it up 2 more. So now we're at 7th fret on the E string with our index finger, 9th fret on the A string with our ring finger, 9th fret on the D string with our pinky, and the 8th fret on the G string with our middle finger, B and E open. Okay, so we had... Okay, now the only stumbling point is you're going to put one chord in between the E and the next chord. So first chord is E, and then the second chord is actually this. However, if that doesn't look very appetizing to play, which I'm sure it doesn't, you can do that a couple of different ways. You could just play a regular F sharp minor bar chord, but I'll suggest this. You're going to go from here to this. I would suggest that you take your middle finger, 2nd fret, low E string, skip the A string, then 2nd fret on the D string with your ring finger, 2nd fret on the G string with your pinky, B and E open. So we had 2, skip the A, and the way you're going to do that is, like I said in other videos, you're going to lean your middle finger back toward the fretboard slightly so that the flesh on the back of your index or your middle finger mutes the A string. So you don't have to worry about, when you're strumming, you don't have to worry about skipping the A string because you're not going to hear it anyway. So then you have the 2nd fret, 2nd fret, open, open. Okay, so what you had was, for the chorus, then this one, and up 2 more. Okay, and back down. So in other words, 'cause when I'm with him, I am thinking of you, thinking of you, what you would do if you were the one who was spending the night. Anyway, like that, and then go up to this chord again, and then you finish off with the chord that we finished the pre-chorus with, which was this one. Remember that one? Finish off with that. Okay. Now the only time that any of this is going to change is when we get to the bridge. So the bridge is actually going to come right after the chorus, so right after this chord. And what happens there is we're going to go back to these shapes like we had in the pre-chorus. Okay, so we're going to do this one first. 4th fret on the A string with your index finger. 6th fret on the D string with your ring finger. 6th fret on the G string with your pinky. B and E open. So we're back to this. Okay. And then the next chord, we're going to use the other shape that we learned, which is the E shape. Okay, so for that, we're we're going to go down to 2nd fret on the low E string with your index finger, 4th fret on the A string with your with your ring finger, 4th fret on the D string with your pinky, 3rd fret on the G string with your middle finger. And actually, those are the only notes you really need to play. But if you do the same thing we've been doing with that shape, and you play the B and E open on the top, it's not so bad. But really all you need is those bottom 4, the 4 notes you have your fingers on. Okay, and then that moves up to here, so we move up 1, 2, 3, back to this chord. Okay, and then back to this one. Okay, just like we used these chords before, and then you just do it again. So that's you're the best, and yes, I could regret how I could let, you know, that part. Okay, that's the bridge. And those are all the chords in the entire song, basically. So the original has more complicated versions of those chords, but you don't need to play them complicated if you don't want to. And basically, anytime you have an A or a B, you can play those either this way or this way. Those were the 2 ways we learned, and they're interchangeable for this song. So you can use whichever you want. If you want to play the chorus, you can. If you want to play, you can. Alright, and as far as the strumming pattern goes, that's the most popular thing that anybody ever says on about these songs, is what's the strumming pattern? The strumming pattern in a lot of songs is not the most crucial thing that you need to be able to do, okay? Especially if you're trying to sing it at the same time. A lot of times the strumming pattern is going to be more complicated to play while you're singing than you're going to want to get into, okay? Because it'll prevent you from playing the song, you know. So for a song like this, just strum what comes naturally while you're singing, okay? And you can try to fine-tune it more after that, but don't worry about the very specific strumming patterns, okay? Don't worry about that for a song like this. I hope you enjoy it.